LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised. Now, here's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Are you insane?
Hey there, it is LoveLine. Quick correction, Dr. Drew is not here. Dr. Bruce is ably filling in for him tonight, as he's done for the second night in a row and a couple of nights last week, wasn't it, Bruce? Mm-hmm. That's right. You're all talk. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Bruce, list your qualifications very quickly so people know you're on the up and up.
Board-certified physician, and I practice addiction medicine.
Right. You do a lot of work in the ER, right?
Yes.
Okay. David Strickland is our guest tonight. You know him from Suddenly Susan, and soon from Forces of Nature, which is out this Friday, tomorrow, right?
Yeah, a couple hours.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
You sound overwhelmed.
Can I ask you something? 'Cause we were talking about that you didn't know the show was on Mondays at 8. Are you watching Seventh Heaven?
Yeah. No. No, listen, you want to know what TV I watch, in all seriousness? I leave the house at 10 in the morning, and I come home at 12:45 at night, and I watch the History Channel. And even though I realize we won World War II, I just can't get enough of that. It's PT boats and the Wolf Pack and all that good stuff.
We're going to syndication next year, and I think we're actually on the History Channel. So.
Oh. You know, once you make syndication, that's it, right? You're on Easy Street financially.
It's not bad. It's better than bagging groceries. No, once you're in syndication, it's a good thing.
You have to do like
100 episodes.
Is it like four and a half
years? Yeah,
seasons.
Years, yeah.
And that's it. You just wait for the paychecks to come out.
You just wait at the mailbox.
So you just don't do so much heroin that you can't get down to the mailbox in your bathrobe once a week and hammer that check.
Yeah.
God bless you. And all right, let's talk about Forces of Nature then. I've obviously have not seen it. It's not come out yet. Ben Affleck, Sandra Bullock, romantic comedy.
Romantic comedy. It's like a big budget romantic comedy.
Right.
That's the title, Forces of Nature. Basically, Ben Affleck is marrying Maura Tierney from News Radio. She plays Beth. And they take separate planes. She goes down to Savannah, Georgia to get ready for the wedding, and Ben gets on a flight that crashes. Sandra Bullock's on the flight. He sort of rescues her. They drive en route to Savannah because she's going down there for other reasons. And they sort of fall a little bit in love. And I play the ex-boyfriend from high school of Maura Tierney, trying to break up the wedding, get a little before Ben comes down and marries her.
Well, you figure she owes it to you.
Yeah.
And is this fun doing features?
Yeah, I had a really good time. I did. There were a lot of cool people. It was nice to actually be on location. Though I was in Beaufort, South Carolina, where all the extras from the movie Deliverance have migrated. It's a small collection of people, and there's really not a whole lot to do there.
How long were you there for?
3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's long enough.
Well, it is. I mean, when you're from there, I guess you don't notice it, but...
no, the weeks just go by.
When there's no pink dot to drop off the Haagen-Dazs at 4 in the morning, it can be a bitch. All right, Bruce?
I'm here.
Yeah, all right. You ready to get to some questions?
Yeah, I'm ready ready and willing.
Micah?
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I'm engaged to a 20-year-old girl, and she has a 2-year-old and a 7-month-old, both of which I love very, very much. We're going to get married. She's trying to complete her divorce, and their father wants to just sign his name off of them totally, not be responsible, not anything to do with them for the rest of his life or anything like that. My concern is, later on down the road, might he regret that? And I think it's fair that the children know who their dad is and that he should own up to his responsibility.
Yeah.
I guess our ultimate question is, should we just let him sign them off, and then how do we deal with that when they're older, or should we, try to, through the courts, get him to own up to responsibility, or what?
I'm not used to this kind of caller on LoveLine. This is great.
Well, it's not too great.
What?
I mean, God bless Micah for wanting to fill Daddy's shoes and everything, but this girl's 20. She's had a couple of kids. She's essentially married a deadbeat, and she's not even divorced and is engaged again to Micah. What do you think the chances of this one going more than 6 months are? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
I mean, Micah, here's my feeling. I'm glad you want to step up. I'm glad you like the kids. I'm glad you're in love.
They're 2 and 7 months. I mean, how well does he know them? Are they talking or?
Oh, well, I've known the baby since he was 3 weeks old. I mean, we've been dating a little over 6 months now.
Right.
Well, it's a
she's chaotic,
Trouble.
to say the least, right, Micah?
Actually, she's pretty well got it together. She was pretty young when she got together with this other fella, and he's like you said, he's a real deadbeat, and
yeah, he's an idiot. But you know, certain people are attracted to idiots, and that's not necessarily a good personality trait either.
It's interesting. Adam's taking the opposite tack from last night when I indicated that people that have sex early in a relationship, it may doom that relationship, and you were saying, oh, no. In this situation, you're sort of going the opposite direction. I mean, just because she's had an unsuccessful relationship previous to this guy sounds like a nice guy.
That has nothing to do with last night. And after all, I don't remember what we talked about
the call at all
last night. But here's what I'm saying. Micah should slow down just a little bit. Let the divorce go through. Let the dust settle. Don't be in such a hurry to get remarried. She probably could use a little counseling or work out a problem or two before she rushes into her next marriage. And you're 23 and she's 20. Why don't you just take a break, chill out, and see where it goes in the next year?
yeah, we're not planning on getting married
All right, well then
the day after.
Yeah, I understand, but it just seems like you're moving along real fast here, and
I've never heard of also a dad being able to just, I don't know, there's a document you can sign and then you just don't ever have to see your kids again or having a responsibility.
Well, she has to agree with it, and that's our question. Should she just go ahead and agree with it?
Why does she have to, though? Why can't she do nothing and just see what happens so that the father at some point, if he gets his life together, I mean, obviously he's pretty young too, could see the kids or could, I don't know, contribute in some way if it doesn't work out with you or something, so she's not left on her own. I mean, it sounds like if he signs this thing financially, he doesn't have to...
When somebody marries somebody with kids,
Do you have any extra documents of these?
He has a right to sign it off, and this gentleman becomes a father, and I think it's great that he's at least interested in assuming that role, because in cases like this, frequently the other guy ends up just being a sperm donor. He doesn't have anything to do with the kid.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want anything to do with the kids to the point where he's ready to sign off on them, then I think he's waiving his rights and screw him.
Right.
But so many of the problems seems sort of like he's getting off scot-free. Like he's not. I don't see why any court would say, "Oh, that's fine. You've fathered 2 kids and now just go father some more or do whatever you want to do." Or
But the critical thing is so many of the other people that call up when they're teenagers with problems don't have a person like that in their life, and this is such a critical age to have a...
I'm glad Micah's ready to step up, but I just think he should take a few more swings in the batter circle.
Watch Springer and just relax.
Right. Jeff.
What's up?
You're 17.
Yes, I am. First of all, I'd like to say I love your stories about getting drunk and high.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Those are awesome stories. And you should have Trent Reznor on here.
Okay, we'll have him on tomorrow.
All right, good. Now, I started masturbating about 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure when exactly. And I would look at pornos and go upstairs and masturbate and blah, blah, blah. And I was wondering, if something could have happened before then that would make me, well, not make me, but...
Yeah. Well, we got into this last night. I would not call it masturbation if nothing's coming out.
Well, nothing came out, but I had an orgasm.
Pornos
at 3 years old?
You're watching porno movies?
No.
At
movies,
3.
but magazines.
How are you putting them in the cassette?
Access to that at that age is traumatic experience. It's a form of sexual abuse, actually, to be exposed to that kind of stuff at that age. So I don't think we need to look much further before that age. It's looking at how you had access to that and how your behavior wasn't spotted by your parents.
Well, it was like I knew what it was and what it was for.
Right, but
I used it for that.
Right.
No, so what do you...
Exposure and that behavior is not normal at 4 years old to be exposed to pornography, and it has long-lasting effects. It's the sexualization that occurs prematurely that Obviously, you're not aware that that's something that happened to you that's
Plus,
abnormal.
other things have happened after that, which...
Like what?
Well, I was molested, and I think like at 7 or 8.
Yeah. Who did that?
The kid I went to daycare with.
Uh-huh. And so now what's your problem?
Well, I really haven't had any relationships, and the one I did have, we had a threesome, and, you know,
Okay.
got it all
For
hectic.
guys not having too many, that's not bad.
And then the liking Adam's stories about getting loaded. What's your relationship with the
Do I have
chemicals?
to be weaved back into this?
Yeah, as
It gives me
much
ideas.
as I can. What's that?
It gives me ideas.
Right. How much do you use?
Whenever I smoke a lot of pot,
No, you smoke every day?
if it's around, yeah.
Okay. What else? Anything else? Hallucinogens?
I've done acid. I haven't, really the only thing I haven't done is mushrooms and heroin.
Well, just mushrooms and heroin.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're 17.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have some significant problems, or do you feel like you're just sort of an average teenager?
Well, my dad had killed himself when he was 3, and him and my mom got divorced before then and stuff, and I went up there like every other weekend. So I'm
All right.
thinking maybe I saw.
Hey, so Jeff, listen, your plate is full, right? I mean, you got a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And you probably shouldn't be screwing with the drugs at this point because you have enough to think about.
Are you in therapy or any see anybody, a counselor or something?
Yeah, I'm going to counseling now, and I was on medication for manic depression.
Lithium or something?
Yeah, I was on lithium and Wellbutrin.
Oh.
Smoking pot and taking drugs when you're on, some kind of medication that's prescribed probably isn't a very good idea. I can imagine it's not good since you're trying to alter your state anyway to bring down your manic or not to get too depressed. And smoking pot and taking acid is just not a winning combination.
All right, so here's the deal. You're in therapy. Knock off the drugs. Stay in the therapy.
Let your counselor know you're taking the drugs.
Well, why don't you just knock them off and then you don't have to tell your counselor about it.
That's the Adam way.
Don't actually smoke the weed in the... it's bad.
Leave the bong at home. Try not to.
Don't ever do this with a counselor. You hand him the joint, and go, it's golden. No, that's it's not a good idea. And just be careful because Jeff's you've had a lot of confusion in your life, and you're going to make some bad decisions. And just stick with the counseling and then put down the weed. And listen, all you jackasses out there who have heard me talk about smoking pot or getting loaded in Tijuana or doing whatever it is I did. First things first, I never smoked pot until later on. I mean, I must have been 12, 13 years old. No, I was out of high school. And number two, I did it on the weekends or when I was at a party or something. I went to work. I never showed up stoned. I never got drunk. Well, I did a little construction stoned one time, and I drywalled over a bunch of light sockets and stuff. But I don't want to get into that. And the time I installed the closet into the wrong house, I was completely sober. But the point is, yeah, I've done some screwing around. I've taken mushrooms before, and I did all that junk. But I was an adult, and it was on the weekend, and I never missed a day of work, and it wasn't...
and you look great.
And I look great for 21, don't I?
I think the motivation behind drug use is really the question. If you're using drugs to sort of escape or get out of some situation, then it's like, that's the problem. You're talking about using on the weekend recreationally. I think that's a different story than...
Listen, yeah, if you show up at work every Monday morning, you pay your bills, you don't have any warrants out for you, and you want to have a couple cocktails or hit off a joint on a Saturday night, and you're an adult, hey, that's your business. And a lot of people do it, and I'm not going to fault you for it. But if you come from a long line of alcoholics, it's probably not a good idea. And if you're 15 years old and your brain is still mush, it's
I think
probably
the
a
rule
worse
should be if
idea.
you install the wrong closet in 2 homes.
Yeah, only one.
One that they give you that. It's all right. I was tired.
And the drywalling thing could have happened to anybody. Oh, was the electrician pissed off when he came in? Amanda?
Uh-huh.
You're 19.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, I've got a kind of an odd question. 3 years ago, my father told me that he wanted to have sex with me. He
Oh,
told me if he knew a 6-pack would get me drunk, he would buy me a 12-pack so I wouldn't remember it.
I'm going to use my new answer. Perfectly normal.
Okay, is it odd for me to not want him to have anything to do with my unborn baby?
Yeah, no. It's kind of a trick question. Your dad is a criminal, right?
Uh-huh.
Where's your dad now?
He lives over an hour away from me.
What's he do? Does he work around metal?
No, he does tile work.
Oh, ceramics.
You have to expand your theory.
Even worse.
He's creative.
Yeah. And so, did your dad touch you when you were younger?
I remember, like, when I was 5, I'd seen his penis, but he had never touched me or anything.
You mean he spontaneously asked you to sleep with him when you were 16, but nothing ever happened in an abusive way before that or since?
No.
You're drunk?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not drunk.
No, was he drunk when that occurred?
No, we was coming in from work. I was working with him at the time.
I mean, he's profoundly disturbed. I mean, that's an extremely abnormal thought for him to have and to even verbalize
I asked
it
him
with
if
you.
it was because I looked like my mom or anything, and he said no.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
guy.
he-
What about the father of the unborn?
He loved you for you.
Who's that guy? Is he around?
No.
Yeah, he's my husband.
No. Do you have any other kids?
No.
No. Do you have brothers and sisters?
8 brothers and 2 sisters.
8?
Uh-huh.
I don't have the energy to launch into another one of my sterilization tirades,
thank
but
God.
We've all heard that.
guys like your dad should just be put down. I mean, before they get to the 10th kid. Did you say you had 10 brothers and sisters
Eight
altogether?
Brothers, 2
Yeah.
sisters.
Man.
8 brothers. Just
Have you told any other family members about this?
Oh, my mom knows about it, and 2 of my brothers do.
Oh, it's amazing your mom can walk. 11 kids?
No. I have 2 real brothers, 2 half-brothers, and 4 stepbrothers. 1 real sister and 1 stepsister.
Holy Christ.
Huh.
Is that
It's like
still
a pound
11
over
kids,
there.
though?
Huh?
Jesus Christ, it's a whole football
It's a
team.
pound. It's a...
My God. Oh, my God.
Okay, do you have a good, stable relationship now for the baby to come into? Are things
Right now?
okay with your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
We'll pay for the abortion.
I'm almost 8 months pregnant.
Oh. All right, how about adoption?
No, I'm keeping my baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's a good idea?
Yeah.
I mean, think about all you've been through.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Well, I mean, seriously, this is going to be trouble.
I must have missed the first part of the call. She's married.
Yeah.
She has a non-abusive husband.
I don't
She's-
trust her husband.
Okay.
Well, my husband?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with my husband.
And the
Alcoholic?
husband's not the
No.
father, for sure.
Does he
Yeah,
work
my
with...
husband is the father.
But he's not your father. 'Cause
No.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, all the
Okay.
time. Yeah? What's he do for a living?
My husband?
Yeah.
He's a representative at a store,
Okay.
and where we live at locally.
All right. How long you been married?
9 months.
Okay. All right.
Stay away
Listen,
from your dad.
Stay away from your dad. Keep your kid away from your dad. And don't have any more kids until they move your husband up to manager.
Well, my husband's moving to manager in 3 months.
Okay, well, we'll
Well.
give it 3 months. Timing's just right. All right, Amanda,
It's not crazy
listen.
for me to have, for him to.
No, listen, Amanda, seriously. Your father's a horrible man.
Uh-huh.
I worry about your husband selection just from doing this show, but he sounds like a decent guy. But don't have a whole litter of kids, please.
No, I won't have any more than 2 kids.
Yeah,
All right.
if your dad
Good.
gives you a Christmas present, it's a 12-pack of Old Milwaukee. Run.
Don't
Run.
don't ever
Old Milwaukee,
listen.
I'll probably kill him.
don't ever leave your kid with your dad. Do not involve him in your life in any way.
Definitely.
And I just want guys like that shot. I just do. 11 kids.
Well, see,
What a mix of, who knows? Has he fathered all those kids with different women, and now they're all living in that? It's just...
And God knows what he's done to them. And then
Right.
God
He works in
knows.
It's...
Yeah.
How wrong is that?
It's all wrong. I was a ceramics major in high school, and I still,
Enough said, huh?
I'm still telling you it's wrong. I'm turning against my own. Daryl,
Yes,
you're 25.
yes, sir.
What's going on?
Adam,
Yeah.
I admire you. You're a good man.
Really?
Bruce, I've never listened to you before, but
Well, let's not start tonight.
Yeah.
you keep good company. This is my question. Am I going crazy? Because I feel that I am. I have pretty much gone with the flow, not really been too motivated, but at the same time, not unmotivated. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. I'm looking at the screen. He's got, it's another new father. It's another kid call. Listen to me, Bruce.
I think
don't
I'm
know
2 for 2. The guys that like you are doing okay.
I mean, Daryl's a good guy, but I'm gonna mix it up a little tonight before I kill myself.
I love how he says he likes you, and then he says, "Am I going crazy? Am I?"
The
nice.
This is Adam's call.
All right, let me talk to Elaine and just see something on there that says boob job. Let's just talk to Elaine. Let's get our nerves back. Elaine?
Yeah.
You're 23. You're on with David Strickland from Suddenly Susan and, of course, Forces of Nature, which will be out tomorrow.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's helping her cause, huh?
What's your question?
Oh, okay. Basically, my question is this. Do you feel that getting breast implants is like a safe thing to do, or are all those horror stories about saline and silicone and all that, are they all kind of true?
Okay. The most respected plastic surgeons I know that do this on a daily basis don't believe that silicone implants were responsible for the problems that they've been litigated for against, and there is debate that's ongoing, but the studies really failed to show a clear connection with the immune system.
That's the most doctor excuse I've ever heard.
No.
Covering his own.
Sure.
You don't want to go down. Did you see Breast Men on HBO? I've seen it 7 or 8.
That.
Yeah, I did.
I own it.
And listen, there isn't any clinical data that suggests this. There just isn't. It's a scam, and they've sent Dow Corning under because of it.
Right.
But there's nothing to substantiate it.
Oh, you agree
it's
with me?
horrible. Oh, absolutely. I've studied this. There's nothing there.
So you think that it's okay to get them done, and I shouldn't really worry about too many things?
Saline implants, the complaint sometimes is the texture, the lack of natural feel, and there are new products that are being worked on, new substances. I know soybean oil for a while, something of that consistency.
Really? Why do you want breast implants, Elaine?
Just for proportion's sake.
Yeah.
You know, just to be more proportionate.
But I don't think a doctor can tell you, right, that you are 100%, in the clear as far as having any type of rupture, any type of problem over time. You can't say that, right? I mean,
Okay.
No.
So they don't really know what the effects are after like 20 or 30 or 40 years or anything like that.
Okay, these things, it's extremely rare that they rupture, but the point is when they do, the question was, does the silicone start something going in your immune system?
Right.
And there's not really evidence that
my understanding is you have to get them redone, though, every 5, is it 5 years or 6 years?
Really?
Depending on how they look at a time, they can sag.
You don't have to get them done every 5 years. I've seen patients that have had them 20 years and more. So it depends
there's some risk and there's some maintenance,
right,
and it's like any procedure.
Right. Huh. They end up in a cavity in your body, basically. In that cavity, you can get more scarring. There can be some problems in terms of the settling in, but that's usually early on. Once if you have a successful take on these things, then you're okay for many years.
What are you looking to move up to, Elaine?
Just like probably a size, like a nice full B or a small C or something like that.
All right.
Nothing Pamela Anderson or anything like that.
Well, so long as she got the checkbook out. Yeah, someone was saying that earlier. I hit the guy. I did not believe him.
One last thing. What about like these pills or whatever that are coming out that I see on the TV or whatever?
No, all that stuff's nonsense.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Kind of a
Pills?
marketing thing?
Oh, for breast enlargement?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't.
I can tell you that the penile enlargement ones are crap.
Complete waste of time.
Complete crap.
Totally.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Good questions. Good caller.
Yeah. You see that? Now we'll get back to Daryl and his depressing son story. Or let's see, who do you want to talk to? You don't have to actually hit the screen first. Tony?
Hello.
You're 24?
Yes, I am. And first, let me say I am so happy to be talking to you.
All right.
I really, really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you, and thanks for kissing up. Yeah, I know you're surprised by that, but we're going to take a break, Tony.
All right.
I'm just looking at the screen, and it says all you and your boyfriend have in common is weed and sex.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good enough for us to make it through a commercial.
Followers.
Or David Strickland is here from Suddenly Susan, and we'll be back to talk about weed and sex, Bruce's 2 favorite topics.
Oh yeah, everybody now. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey there, folks. It's the LoveLine. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Bruce is filling in for Dr. Drew. David Strickland is here tonight from Suddenly Susan. Monday nights, 8 o'clock, soon to be syndicated. And Forces of Nature, which will be out tomorrow. All right. Ready to get back to the phones?
I'm ready.
Okay.
The weed and sex.
No, wait a minute. Who was I talking to last?
The weed and sex.
Oh, is it Tony?
Tony.
That's right. Tony?
Hey.
All right, so you're 24.
Uh-huh.
Your relationship's all about the weed and the sex.
Well, it seems to be so far.
Well,
How long have you been going out?
A week and a half.
Ooh. And it's just about weed and sex. That's shocking.
Well, no, I mean,
yeah, see if you can sprinkle a little heroin into it.
no, guys. The reason I'm concerned about it is that I like him a lot. He's got a lot of potential. And for me to even consider the fact that marijuana is playing such an important part in my life, it's just appalling to me.
Well, how much
It's a week and a half. Can't you wait a fortnight to see?
How much weed are you smoking?
Not much, really, not to me. I mean, to him, it, like, does nothing. But to me, I'm, like, always toasted. And I don't necessarily like it. He's even mentioned, you know, maybe I should just quit or something like that. And I'm thinking that would be so great.
Well, who smokes more weed, you or him?
He does, definitely.
He does.
He's been doing it for a number of years.
Yeah,
And,
but it's luster's worn off, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you know, the thing about weed is after you smoke it for a long time and smoke it enough, it just becomes a way of life, and it's sort of the way you are.
Exactly.
You don't even really get stoned anymore. That's how you can't figure it out. Like the people who get stoned twice a year, and they try
Really high.
they try to eat their own foot, and they just start laughing maniacally, no matter, you know, at a Dukes of Hazzard rerun or something. They can't imagine guys who have a bong load and then go to work. But guys who have a bong load every morning, it's not like anything to them.
And those guys are always arguing that it's not addictive, and yet
They
when
can't
they quit,
function with it, yeah.
Once they quit, then I have them come and tell me, you know, that's the worst drug, and it's so insidious, and I didn't think it was an addicting
It's
drug.
very slow, the deterioration with marijuana. I've found people I know have smoked it for many years. It's not like alcohol or heroin or something where you just crash a little quicker.
It's
Pot, it can
insidious.
go on for a week and a half, I think.
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to give it up because honestly, the job that I have, if I get caught, I am gone. And then there's me and both of my children out on our butts, you know?
You're a DEA agent?
No.
Works at a head shop.
Government
But
employee,
Tony,
though.
wait, you met the guy, and you've been having sex with him. You've known him a week and a half, and you're smoking pot with him,
Yeah.
and you're a mother.
Yeah, around your
I'm just-
kids, that's,
I'm just really
No,
concerned.
not around the kids, never.
Yeah, I know, but listen, all you horrible parents out there who we don't fight in front of kids, we don't do heroin in front of kids. Don't worry, it's in front of them eventually. They don't have to be in the same room. It's just mama's stoned.
and they're getting a contact high in the basement.
Right.
But what's your home environment like? I mean, it's just almost, where do we start? Doesn't sound like you have much recognition that there's even a problem with the pattern of meeting somebody, and within 2 weeks you're having sex and smoking pot with them.
All right,
Well-
but don't get nutty with that
Well, I've talked to
evangelical
Adam before. I've
stuff.
talked to Adam and Drew, and they know about me. I had one of those horrible childhoods,
Right.
and
Right.
I, got the real addictive personality. And
All right, but listen, Tony,
Yeah.
you know I can be a little hard on the listener, so here I go.
But I
Yeah.
got a good enough job, and I support my children.
Okay, you're getting by. Maybe you're making ends meet, but you're an addict. You have kids. You had a tough childhood, but you had a tough childhood. Now you're an adult. Now you're a parent of two. It's time to belly up to the bar. Get off the weed. Get a little counseling. Start choosing guys a little better. I mean, stop screwing around.
Okay, well, speaking of screwing around, this was the second part of my question.
Uh-oh.
How can I tell if I have a latex allergy?
That's really my area, I think. Because on Suddenly Susan, I can't tell you, Judd Nelson will get a latex like that, and, we're down, production halts.
Discharge.
Oh, my.
Discharge.
I'm sure he'd be so happy that you're sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
The common results of an allergy to latex, depending on what part of the body's exposed. Some people have an anaphylactic reaction to latex, where it's in the air, and they breathe the particulate matter, and they lose their blood pressure and they die. Some people are extremely sensitive to it. If you're talking about a condom issue, discharge, itching, burning, symptoms such as.
Why doesn't she switch to one of those polyester ones or whatever the hell they are?
The rayon.
That's an option. Or
what's the other
animal?
What's the other? What's the other one? Oh, come on, Doc.
Well, I've got the.
All right. The point is switch to the other condom and see how it works, and stop screwing around, and keep an eye on this guy, would you please?
And then there's
I don't trust him.
The animal intestine derivative, which does not prevent the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases.
Eric.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Hey, Adam, first off, I'd like to say you're a stud. I listen to your show every night, man. You crack me up.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I got a kind of personal question, actually.
You don't usually handle questions of a personal nature, but go ahead.
All right, well, no, it's actually about me, but I kind of got like a weird smell coming from my groin area.
Yeah.
And I wash, every day, and I make sure, that, it's not, I don't think, because of, unsanitation and stuff, but...
Sure.
So I'm just kind of wondering if, I don't know what it is.
I mean, why are you cooking up that funk when you're cleaning?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Are you circumcised?
No, I'm not.
Uh-oh. Maybe onto something here.
Can have bacterial overgrowth in that area. You can have...
Well, I mean, I take 2 showers a day.
Yeah, but still, during the humid weather, your penis looked like a chia pet. So.
Are you overweight?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay. And
all right, so you're uncircumcised, though.
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes we get a little confused with the wording of that one. So it could be emanating from the prepuce area, that the end of the penis, right?
Yeah.
Do you develop folliculitis? Do you have little infections in the hair follicles that develop, or do you have a lot of greasy material that comes out of the pores in your skin, anything like that? Because sometimes an odor can emanate.
No, listen, I'm going to help you with this problem. You do what I do. You talc up before you leave the house in the morning.
Talc up?
Yeah.
Does that work?
I'll tell you, it works like a charm for me, and the chicks enjoy it, too. I'm on a schedule where I leave the house in the morning, and I don't come home till, the next morning. Come home, 12:31 in the morning, and that's a lot of time in the same underpants. And a lot of talc. And I work up a little groin sweat and everything. Before I hit the road in the morning, I take the talc and I put a nice, generous helping of ball powder into the shorts, and it keeps me feeling fresh and feminine.
Maybe you could
the whole
be a spokesperson for one of these.
I really should.
Talc.
I mean, Eric, if you're keeping it clean and you're working it as well as you say you are, then just go with the talc. See what that does.
And naturally, I'm going to suggest you see his doctor, to have the doctor take a look. Take a look at the skin, take a look at the uncircumcised penis, and maybe he has some rectal abscess that's he can't quite
I rented that last weekend.
Yeah, some of the discharges that can occur.
All right, that's enough. Aaron?
It's another one of
Is this a boob job, please? Please, is this a boob job?
Yeah. Aaron?
Yes?
Okay, so you're 25? Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Not much.
Okay, Punchy.
What?
What's your question?
Well, my fiance and I are not having sex, and it's my fault. I panic.
Are you crying?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I shouldn't be.
Is it that, or is it that Bruce said rectal discharge? I started to tear up when I heard about the rectal abscess. True. I mean, Bruce was speaking of. Why is it your fault?
I don't know. We start to get intimate and everything, and I just say, no, I can't, please don't, and he stops.
Have you had sex with him?
I've never had sex.
Never had sex because you're waiting for the wedding?
No.
No.
What? Do you have a belief or value system that
No.
says that you shouldn't do that?
No.
No, I'm not.
Are you a virgin?
And I just,
Wait, hold on a second, Aaron. Hold on, because we gotta take a break.
Okay.
All right, compose yourself, okay?
I'm trying.
Okay, that's all right. I think we should do some gambling on Aaron when we come back. I have some suspicions. David, I don't think we did this on the TV, but we do a little gambling on the past of some of the callers. We try to figure out why someone who'd want to have sex, who's 25 years old, who's engaged, would begin crying and not be able to go through with having sex. So we'll place our bets. We'll take a break. Dr. Bruce in for Dr. Drew. David Strickland here tonight from Suddenly Susan, and we'll come back with some good old-fashioned LoveLine gambling after this.
LoveLine. Be right back in a minute.
Hey there, y'all. David Strickland is here from Suddenly Susan, Monday nights, 8 o'clock on NBC. Forces of Nature is the name of the feature film he's in with Ben Affleck and Sandra Bullock. That'll be out tomorrow, Friday the 19th. Dr. Bruce is here. Always good to see Dr. Bruce. Filling in for Dr. Drew and doing a wonderful job. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And when we left off, we were speaking to, who was it, Aaron? Aaron, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, Aaron, you know how you were crying before? You've composed yourself now?
I think so.
Yeah. Could you cry a little more? It's good radio. It really gets people drawn in.
I'll try.
All right, so you're engaged. You're engaged. And you've not had sex with your fiancé.
No.
And you want to. But you start crying, and you can't go through with it.
Right.
All right, hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, now we got to gamble.
I'm gonna go with nothing. She's fine.
You're taking the easy road. You're taking the safe bet.
Yes.
Nothing happened.
We have $300 riding on this.
Parents are together, right?
I'm just gonna go with that. She's never been molested. If parents are together, I think that's too much. I think that's too much. That's too much gambling. I'd say that there's nothing wrong with her. It's something else.
What do you mean there's nothing wrong with her?
She said she's not having sex for. It's not a
no trauma from the past.
No trauma.
But what if? I mean, see, there gets to be a little gray area here. Because what if we
just take the dollar? All right.
What if we find out? What if her dad was like an alcoholic and
I'm just saying she hasn't experienced any trauma sexually that would prohibit her from having a regular sex life. That's my thing. Okay. You're going to say the dad's an alcoholic?
All right. No sexual. Yeah, but. No sexual trauma. So I just want to get this straight because it is important to be specific here. You're going with never been raped or molested, and parents okay, nothing crazy,
nothing crazy
in the house, no divorce.
I'm just
yes or no on the divorce.
I'd say no.
No divorce. Okay, so you're going with everything's good. Bruce, what do you think?
I could go from.
All right, just
oh God,
just speaking of the damn mic, and give us an answer, would you?
Okay, let's say early divorce, alcoholic parents.
Both parents alcoholic.
No, that's not a good choice. I'll choose alcoholic mother.
Alcoholic mother. Interesting. She says she's a virgin, and
she did say that.
She said she was a virgin. And yet she cries. I'm going to go with physically abusive dad. Okay. But I wonder, being a virgin doesn't fit with that. The virgin part's what screws me. See, when someone's crying and can't have sex, and it usually means someone traumatized them that way.
But see, not if she's a virgin, and maybe it's more of a. This would be the first time. And what if it doesn't go well, and she then doesn't like him, and she's turned off? It could be something very innocuous.
Well, I'll go physical abuse with Dad. You made your bed, Bruce. You gotta piss in it now. Okay. Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. What's the history like?
Well, Adam, you're pretty close. My dad is very abusive.
Ooh. Physically?
Yeah.
All right.
But never anything remotely sexual. He just.
Yeah, nothing sexual.
No.
And nobody ever raped you or molested you or anything like that. See, here's the thing, and I sort of knew that because, unfortunately, when women get sexually abused, they lose their virginity at 14 to some 22-year-old in a van. It's like their dad did something horrible to them when they were 7.
And self-worth, they go in the van expecting just a little ride. And
get passed around like a joint at a Foghat concert all through junior high and high school.
I have too much self-respect for
Right. Okay, so nothing ever sexual, but Dad, did our parents divorce now?
No. They've been married over 40 years.
Ooh, that's a good one for
then
David.
I'm still perplexed because if there is I understand the physical abuse can be quite traumatic, but if this is someone you love, this is a healthy relationship, and you're a virgin, I don't understand. Would it be something then, from a value standpoint, you're waiting to consummate the relationship in marriage? Is that your ultimate?
I don't think it's that. I mean, we've been together, God, close to 6 years now.
How abusive was your dad?
Maybe we should give the guy the money. He seems like he's a trooper.
I'm getting the money.
My dad has always been very domineering.
Yeah.
And I've always been expected to, be on my best behavior.
Did you have an eating disorder at some point?
No.
You overweight?
Yeah.
What are you?
280.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something, usually when parents get this way, too, there's some sort of food thing.
Yeah.
Usually anorexia or bulimia or something like that.
I could wish.
All right, so maybe you don't feel real good about yourself.
I don't think it's that.
You don't?
No. I'm pretty... I've adjusted.
Okay.
I've had...
Well, how about a little therapy? I mean...
God, no more.
No, you've had a lot.
I have always been a very outspoken, one would say obnoxious child when I was little.
Yeah.
And I've been to psychotherapist, psychologist, therapy.
Yeah.
I've had the little things hooked up to my forehead to see how stressed I can get.
Seems like you'd be very scared of being intimate, but I got to say, it may be something that you really could use a little. I think sex, when with someone you love and you've been with this person 6 years, it could be a wonderful thing. It could have some kind of a breakthrough for you to really feel.
Yeah. I don't want to sound too crude, but why don't you just hold still and, let him weave his magic?
I can't. I freak out. I start shaking. I start crying.
Yeah, and this is something where going back for therapy is not going to be a recurrence of past therapy sessions. This is another issue, and this is something that you should probably just forget about having sex at this point. This is not going to go well in terms of her anxiety is going to get greater. And
all right. Hey, back into therapy, and perhaps some meds are necessary here. But either way, gents, I got the physically abusive dad and called the eating problem, too. So I'll just take this $3. That's crack money for me. Yeah, it's like taking candy from babies when Drew's not around. Son of a bitch. All right, Aaron, I don't know. I mean, this is a horrible reaction that you're having, and you need to get back into therapy. And I don't want to sound trite, and I don't want to tell everyone who calls on the show, just go into therapy. But when you're crying, you're shivering, and you cannot have sex with the man you love, that's therapy. I don't know what else to say. There's no other answer. I know, you prefer that she never gets laid, but you're wrong. Star.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it's sort of complicated. I'm pregnant. I'm about 18 weeks along now. And me and my ex-fiance broke up about 2 months ago. And we've been having a lot of problems. And we broke up because I have a drinking problem. And I'm scared to tell him that I'm pregnant because, first of all, I'm scared that he's not going to believe me. And then when he does figure out that it's true, I'm scared he's trying to take my baby away. And I don't know what I'm going to do.
Are you still drinking?
No. I went through detox, and I'm in AA now.
Now, why would he take the baby away? Because
he thinks that I'm still drinking. I had a really bad problem with it, and when I was pregnant before, we broke up, and he said that when I had the baby, he was going to take her away from me.
Okay, so the drinking was the main issue in the breakup of the relationship?
Yes, sir.
And
yeah.
He does. Why haven't you told him maybe before the pregnancy that about the sobriety in the AA?
I told him that I was in AA, and but I don't want to get back with him because the relationship was very abusive.
Okay.
And it's it's really eating me up because I don't want him to take my baby away.
Where's the first baby?
Miscarriage.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a sponsor in AA?
Yes, I do. And she told me that I need to tell him.
Hey, Star, what's the deal with the unprotected sex? I mean, you're pregnant before, you're pregnant again, you've been drinking, you're 18
Well, I think
years
there's
old.
the unprotected sex. When you're drinking, you're not exactly thinking about strapping on a chili wrapper.
David makes a very compelling point. Star?
I don't understand why, though, that the sponsor would, I'm assuming you're newly sober.
Yeah, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I went through detox.
I mean, it seems like if this guy's abusive and you're trying to just lay a foundation of sobriety, that you should just focus on that, and if you're going to get back together with this guy, or at some point you're obviously going to have to tell him, but it seems that you're sort of on shaky ground, and if you tell him and he gets abusive or something goes wrong, you could end up drinking again,
Right.
How old is your ex-boyfriend?
He's 22.
Yeah, and he was physically abusive?
Very.
Your dad was abusive?
No.
Really?
Dad
My
was
mom
alcoholic.
No, you never knew him, right?
My mom was a very abusive alcoholic also.
Oh, okay.
And
It's surprising he's not an alcoholic.
my dad,
No, your boyfriend.
he is. He's in denial.
Oh, okay. See, there's no chance in this game. It's like, your folks were alcoholics, and you didn't get hooked up with an alcoholic.
Well, my dad wasn't an alcoholic. Him and his wife are both him and his new wife are Christians, I guess you could say. And my dad supports my decision in every way, but it's really weird because I'm really scared.
Okay, well, are you going to see the pregnancy through?
I'm wanting to, yeah, I want to keep my baby.
Why don't you give it up for adoption?
Well, I had also thought about that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that that really just, I don't know, it just really doesn't score high, and
Well, why don't you have an abortion?
I'm too far along.
I think the thing about with AA and the thing you can sort of cling on to now is just take literally one day at a time. All these other decisions are going to be overwhelming, and that's how a lot of people, when they get newly sober, end up drinking again. It just becomes so overwhelming. You go back to your old pattern of thinking, and it seems just to give yourself a break, spend just every 24 hours just focusing on what's important.
All right, so this guy was physically abusive. He's older. I don't trust him.
He has a van for sure.
He must drive a van, and it probably says Lovetron and rainbow tape on the side of it. I would not include him. Have the kid, and I would do the courageous thing and give the kid up for adoption.
Well, it depends on what kind of structure she can provide for the child. She's done some responsible stuff so far, and there's...
All right, we got to take ourselves.
What kind of structure she can provide for the child? She's done some responsible stuff so far, and there's...
All right, we got to take ourselves a break.
That's what I figured.
I know you hate that abortion word. I said it just for you, Bruce. I know you spaz out over that. You don't like that,
I'm not one of those guys.
You're not? I'm blowing up any clinics or anything? Huh? Oh, you don't want to talk about it? Okay, we'll be back.
LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's LoveLine. We got to take a 10-second affiliate identification thingamajigger here, and we'll be back with more LoveLine in just 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Guy from Magazine's Rock Station of the Year. 98 KUPD, Tempe, Phoenix, where Arizona's real rock.
You couldn't tell I was eating. Hey, there's the LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Bruce. He's board certified and all that good stuff, although you really couldn't tell by looking at him. But apparently he's got a lot of training under his belt, and he's ready to help you. David Strickland is here from Suddenly Susan. Also soon to be seen in Forces of Nature, which will be out tomorrow. Well, I was going to say tomorrow night, but I'm guessing matinees when the action starts.
Yeah.
And how's the movie? Is it good?
Actually, it's pretty good. I've seen it a couple times, and it's a fun movie. There's not a lot of romantic comedies out right now, so it's a great date flick.
Yeah.
Women really like it.
Yeah, it's important to go take them out, get the juices flowing, right, Bruce?
This should do it.
They love all that junk. All right. Yeah? You about to say something? 2. Trey. Trey.
Hello?
Hello, you're 15.
How's it going, Adam?
Good.
You cracked me up, dude.
What is it with the crack-up dude stuff tonight?
I don't know, you're just awesome, Adam.
Well, but thank you. I go 6 months doing the show, and I can't squeeze a compliment out of a family member, and then all night it's...
That guy is cool!
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Fantabulous.
Hey, David, what's... Yeah.
That's the doctor half.
The brain half.
Yeah.
Parents are very controlling.
They're very controlling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they don't let me, like, listen to the radio. They don't let me talk to girls. They don't let me do any of that stuff.
Really?
And for you, Adam, they don't let me masturbate or anything. They brought me up with the...
Well, listen, my folks tried too, but
Yeah, I think most parents aren't saying, hey, son, why don't you stay in this weekend and spank off for
as
much time as you can.
Here's a hustler issue in a tub of bacon grease. Have at it. No, you squeeze one off when you can.
Huh?
You make time. You take time to make time.
I'm not really scared, but, you know.
Well, hey, Trey, you must have had a bar mitzvah, right?
Yeah.
What was the theme of your bar mitzvah?
What was the theme?
Yeah, did you pick a theme?
No, not really.
You know, like
just
Star Wars?
Saturday kind of thing.
You just, you know what, I was just talking to someone about this. I would love to see your bar mitzvah photos. So you're 13, you become a man.
Yeah.
You got the hair part to the side, your braces, burnt orange tuxedo, and you won't be driving for another 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, but you're a man.
Yeah.
You can't buy beer.
Nope.
You won't be enlisted in the Army.
So how can Adam...
You haven't been laid. You have not even squeezed a boob yet, but you're all man. I'm telling you, I'm going to get this thing raised. I'm going to get the age raised, Trey. I've been working on this. Tell your folks, watch out. I've been working on it. I've been speaking to rabbis.
Yeah.
So Trey, how can Adam help you?
Here's the deal. Like, I get a lot of chicks. Just I'm not allowed to date or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, how do I deal with that?
Why are your parents so controlling?
Because it's just part of the religion, I guess. I don't know.
No, I know tons of Jews. They get to date. They get to masturbate. They get to do everything.
They're more conservative, probably, but like the more religious ones, not allowed to do anything.
Well, did your parents date prior to getting married? And what, you
Yeah,
sort of,
but that's like when it's time to get married.
you can sort of call them on that. I think it's okay if it's supervised. What if you say, hey, if there's some kind of chaperone involved? I remember that's what I did when I was little. You would go over to a girl's house. Their parents would be there. I mean, maybe find a nice Jewish girl that her parents are friends with your parents.
Yeah.
So
listen, you're not going to be able to talk. It's like it's like a fiddler on the roof 24 hours a day over there. You're not going to be able to win anything over on your parents. You just have to go against their wishes.
Yeah, and then when they ask me about things, and I have to lie.
Well, of course, they're setting you up to.
Yeah, I know, but then they ask me, why do you lie to us?
Ooh.
And they...
What happened there? Hey, Trey?
Yeah?
Listen, I may just be goyim, but I know you can't use the BS word on the air.
I'm sorry.
All right.
And, so...
All right, yeah, listen, your parents are coming down on you. You're 15, you're right on the cusp. They'll probably relax in a year or so. Until then, you do your homework.
Group activities. You can go out with a group of people and do things. You can go skiing with a group of people. You can go to a ball game. I mean, what's the problem? You can sit next to a girl when you're doing that. I don't understand what's... you want to get
spend a little more time in the bathroom.
To a girl. Yeah.
You know what? If you start a pattern of lying to your parents, and you're going to create more conflict than
yeah,
really...
but it's kind of hard to live, when you're constantly restricted, like radio, no TV, no online, no...
No radio, no TV.
In the next 2 years, that's going to it's going to evaporate. And with parents like yours, as you start taking more responsibility, they'll give you more rope. So if you start lying and they don't think they can trust you, they're going to get more controlling, and it's going to feed back the opposite of the way you think it is. So...
All right.
I'd go with the flow. I'd show them responsibility.
Well, what about the TV deal?
What about if he said something like, hey, Mom, remember that kid in Oregon who shot all those people? Yeah, he wasn't allowed to watch TV either.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I go to, I'm not allowed to go to movies, but I go to movies. I'm not allowed to do a lot of things.
Well, what do you mean?
What the hell do you do? I mean, I would that's all I would do would be masturbating. You can't go to movies, can't TV, can't listen to it.
It's really hard, but
Oh, I think he's over.
Well, what do you mean your parents don't let you watch TV?
I mean what I say. We're not allowed to, we don't have a TV in the house. We don't have, like, online in the house. We don't have a lot of...
Amish?
Amish.
Huh?
No,
Yep.
Orthodox.
I thought you were Jewish.
I am.
So you're
Amish
Jewish?
Jew.
I don't think he understood what you said.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Okay.
All right, this is horrible. Listen, if you're on a kibbutz, maybe, but you know the problem is you can't do this because kids go to school and they see the other kids wearing $300 worth of Nikes and medallions and guys smoking and getting laid, and they see what's going on out there.
I doubt he goes to that school. He probably goes to a private school where
Maybe he's a homeschool.
Yeah.
They probably don't let him.
You know what? I'm not worried about this kid.
All right.
It's unless he starts acting out, and I doubt he will.
All right, stick it out.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, and ignore the masturbation stuff. Joe.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on? Well, me and my girl was together today, and we was having sex, okay? And she said, like, before, she was like, one of my friends was trying to get with her, and she told him no, to, I guess, so they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? She said she was on her period.
Yeah.
And she just said that so, you know, they wouldn't go on any farther, I guess, you know what I'm saying? She said, because I asked her that today, and she said, oh, yeah, I've said that a million times, you know, just to say it. And
I've used that one a couple of times. Bruce, you want to cop to it?
No.
You haven't used that? I know David had.
What's your question?
Well, she told me she took her tampon out when we was having sex, but she didn't, and when my penis went into her, the tampon went up into her. And I want to know what can happen.
Jesus. Joe's 17. He sounds like he's a merchant marine, doesn't he?
Mm.
No, it's nothing like that. I mean,
that's the oldest sounding 17-year-old I've ever spoken to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old's your girlfriend?
15.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, I know. So I just got out of a bad relationship with an older female. She was like 20 years old, and she turned around and screwed my best friend, you know, and my best friend just told me, he's like, no, all we did was kiss, man, that's it.
Hey, but listen.
Yeah.
Joe, boy, you got one of these lives. It's gonna a life ahead of you, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Sex is a recreational activity. It's not.
I know, but listen, Joe. First off, I know your poor girlfriend was victimized at some point before you even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, can you have some? You know, I don't know. Is it all sort of law of the jungle out there, or can people have a little sympathy for those victims?
So you'd suggest,
you know what I mean?
The 15-year-old is being victimized by him.
Well, she said that she's used this excuse of that she's on her period all the time, so she must be getting hit on a lot, or guys.
Well, she's done this to like two of my friends. You know, they went out, gone out, and I guess
Joe
got drunk or something, and she told him no because she was on her period.
Joe.
Yeah.
You better start using protection, brother.
See, I've been with 28 girls and I haven't used protection once.
Well,
and that's
a recipe for
disease. It is. My mom and dad's almost killed me over it, you know, and
this guy is an asshole.
Thank you, Drew.
I'm proud. No. I'm proud to say that I did go out and buy my first box of condoms today. I did.
Okay. Joe, listen to me.
Hey, you got to open the box.
First of all, get your girlfriend, get the 15-year-old to the emergency room tonight, or to a physician tomorrow. And this is a break. Well, do it tonight. Go tonight. Go to. I mean, this is something that's.
Her dad. I can't. She's with her parents. You know. I mean, it's not like I can just go up and say, "Well, yeah, well, your girl's got a tampon stuck up in it for me."
Okay, then tampon out, huh? She never got it out.
She didn't get it out. It's
no.
Tomorrow is fine. It's something that she can do without parental consent. Anything to do with a pregnancy, a sexually transmitted disease, or a sexual issue, you don't need parental consent.
But you got to get that thing out of there.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's tomorrow, I mean, I wouldn't call 911, and all those people do for very strange things.
Isn't it true it'll come on lodge if she sneezes and grabs her nose at the right time?
I don't know. You can do a study on that and let me know, but I'm not.
All right, but she can go have toxic shock from this, right?
Well, you can get toxic shock from something that has a certain bacteria growing, but this is not a toxic shock risk situation.
Oh, it isn't?
No, she has a tampon.
I thought if you had a tampon and it was wedged up in you and it stayed there for a while, you could get toxic shock.
Yeah, it's a specific risk factor for a type of bacteria that produces a toxin. I mean, this is not a problem if she gets it taken care of in the next 24 hours. So,
are you agreeing with me or disagreeing with me? I can't figure it out.
Toxic shock is not something that you worry about every time you insert a tampon.
Well, what do you worry about?
Well, what do you worry about? You want to get the thing out of there. You
How come it's so imperative that it come out immediately?
How come she's not just getting it out herself?
Well, it's lodged further up than
How far can it go?
But she's 15 and she's probably
this
not
guy
thrilled.
sounds like he's, 30 years old. He's
sounds
not
like he can get it up there half a yard or so.
Doubt it.
Well, with me, I don't worry. I can get it out. I got a penis like a hemostat, so I can go
There's
right
so
up
many
there
issues.
and get
This
stuff.
guy's had 28 partners. He's had sex with her, no protection. She needs a pelvic exam. She needs to be checked for sexually transmitted
All right.
diseases.
And Joe,
where do you start with?
Joe, start using protection, please, you jackass. It's good. These guys like Joe are just the deadbeat fathers of the future, and then we got to all take care of their kids because he just wants to go bang his way across the country like Johnny Goddamn.
But is this something where
Appleseed.
she's not going to get access to a physician? Or
so
what's going on?
she will not get toxic shock?
No.
No. Okay. All right. And then why does it need to come out quickly?
Well, I'm saying it's not an emergency. It has to come
Oh,
out
it
right
isn't.
this minute.
Okay.
And saying she needs to have the pelvic and get it out. If it's not going to happen tonight, that's fine. The sooner the better.
Paul.
Yeah.
You're 25.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I met this girl in one of my classes, and I really liked her, and she seemed like a nice girl and everything, but I'm kind of a shy person, and I just couldn't bring myself up to asking her out or giving her my number, asking for her number. And I know her name, and I was kind of wondering maybe I should try to figure out what her phone number is and try to call her. But I don't know if that'd be too aggressive.
Well, through osmosis, how's he going to figure his phone number out?
Well, I think he'd probably call information or something like that.
From what?
How are you going to get the phone number?
Probably like information. Yeah, information or. I mean, I know people in low places that probably find it out for me.
This is someone from school, you say?
Yeah.
Are you going to junior college?
I was, but now I'm going to regular one.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, I moved up.
And you know her from the junior college or the regular one?
No, for the regular.
And when's the last time you saw her?
Finals, like a couple days ago.
And when are you going to see her again?
That's the thing, I'm not.
You'll never see her again?
That's what's killing me, because I mean, I really like her, and I basically really dropped the ball.
Well, how you
way I
can
want
find her? Can't you go to like the the main office at the school and say you want to send her some flowers or?
Why do you think she likes you?
Well, I mean, she was real, she kind of seemed a little shy too, but like I said, she's really, I mean, this one was gorgeous. She's got pretty, she had a nice body, she kind of looked like a sorority girl.
Yeah, but her being good looking doesn't really have a lot to do with her liking you. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a strike against her liking you.
Yeah, I just, just kind of, I didn't even think she liked me, she talked to me, she kind of smiled, and she seemed a little playful, whatever.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she made an effort, because like I said, I'm kind of shy, and I didn't.
Yeah, right. So you're not misinterpreting her effort.
I really think,
You really think she made an effort?
She did.
All right. Well, try to
Get
give
the
her
phone number and ask her out.
Try to give her a
What's
call.
the problem?
Yeah, I that's the thing. I just don't know if it's kind of seemed like psycho, because I only talked to her maybe for a week. Like the last week of school.
Well, listen, don't come up with any BS. Just call her up and tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Just go, listen, I saw you in class. I thought you were cute, but,
I was too shy to come up to you. Make yourself seem as
vulnerable.
less of a psycho as you can.
But not pathetic. It's a very fine line.
I don't think she'd get offended that I just kind of.
Well, she could be flattered.
Just don't stalk her if she doesn't want to go out.
There's a 10% chance she will, but it's not much.
Okay.
All right, if you can get her number, give her a call.
All right, thank you.
All right, good. And hurry up, would you?
Huh?
Hurry, would you? You're not getting any younger.
I need to get some babies out here, man.
All right, yes, that's right. Got to start populating. Dan.
Yeah?
You're 19.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Been dating when I got divorced for a whole year. And I've been seeing this girl, but it's up in the air with her.
Are you drunk now?
Nope.
Seriously?
Nope.
This is it?
Yep, I've been dating, and I hate when I called the LoveLine, like the dating service, and I went there, and then it's way expensive.
Yeah, those dating services.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you live?
Provo.
Where?
Provo.
Provo. Oh, okay.
Are you a regular listener to the show?
Huh?
Are you a regular listener to the show?
Yeah, I've been listening to it 2 years.
All right. We love that Utah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of leaving my number with you guys. Any girl can call me.
Yeah.
You might have the wrong love line.
Listen, I've been doing this show for 3.5 years. I haven't been able to meet any chicks. So the chances you calling from Provo and sound like you're on a Quaalude is not going to work at all. Trust me. So, Dan,
yeah,
you're divorced, you say?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yeah.
Isn't it almost surreal to have a divorce under your belt at 19? I mean, you're still technically a teenager, and you've been divorced.
Well, at least you got married.
Our callers are great. I mean, they're like 17. Yeah, I've been divorced 6 times.
Served 2 tours in Vietnam.
I been rehab 6 times. I was at the Betty Ford Clinic last week. And it's like it just keeps going. I was an ambassador to Kenya for a while.
Choosing you as their role model tonight. So.
Yeah. Oh, please! I've never been married. I'm not that stupid. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Hey, you just got divorced?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you just chill out for a little bit? You have any kids?
One.
All right. Why don't you concentrate on the kids? I wish everyone was as interested in the kids as they were in the humping process that created the kids. How old is your kid?
3. He's with my ex-wife.
All right.
How often do you see him? Hello?
Dan.
Yeah?
How often do you see your kid?
Never.
Why not?
He's all the way in two states. And
all right.
We got remarried, and
yeah.
I didn't found him out.
So you're pretty lonely then, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You can't. Do you send him any money or anything?
I have to send him child support.
You working? Where are you working?
I'm working for Geneva still, and I'm going and trying to try to get a job through the Coca-Cola company.
I think he said Geneva Steel?
Yeah, Geneva Steel in Orem.
Steel.
Oh, Steel. Geneva Steel.
Yeah, where they make metal and that stuff. Really
make a metal at the steel place? Yeah, you get stripped of that steel title immediately if you're making, like, a ceramic pots or something. Yeah.
Pottery.
It's got to be metallic.
All right, are you having a problem with depression or anything else going on, or are you just frustrated because you haven't found the right woman?
Yeah, I'm frustrated and didn't found the right woman.
Well, listen, Dan, don't try all these dating services and all this
Waste of money.
nonsense.
Go to church.
Yeah, go to church.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just.
I got to go out on a limb here. I'd say he's either he had a really rough day at Geneva Steel, or he's a little under the little sauce. Sounds a little.
Sounds like it. Or he could just be horribly depressed. You know what I always love? My favorite part about this show is we ask people where they work, and this wasn't even a great example of it, but it had something to do with it. And people just go, I work over at JP's.
Yeah,
and I'll go,
that
where's JP's is the name of a car wash that's down the street, and the guy's calling from Bethesda.
Yeah, there's a
and it's like, what? Could I possibly know where that goddamn place is?
I think there's a psychiatric term for that, which I'm blanking on, but that's a very interesting phenomenon.
Stupidity or grandiosity. I can't figure out which. Maybe a little each. All right, Dan, you're fine. Don't rush back into anything. Everything's going to work out. Keep your gig and just relax. And let me tell you something, everybody, all you guys out there. The best way to meet a woman is to be desirable. And women like guys that are working out, coherent, can string together a sentence, got a little money in their bank account. who are going somewhere in their career. You know, those guys who get up in the morning and they jog 5 miles before they go to work. They love all that nonsense. So instead of sitting home eating Oreos, washing it down with strawberry wine and Quaaludes, and trying to hatch a plan where you're going to meet a woman that involves duct tape and an ether rag, why don't you just go out and do a few push-ups at the park, go get involved with the Catholic Big Brother organization, do all that junk, that outgoing stuff that women love so much. Stop trying to figure out a plan to trick them into getting them back to your apartment. And they become desirable, and they will come after you. Believe me.
Want. Two
That's right. There you go. We'll be back.
Call 1-800-LOVE-191 to broadcast your problems to the public.
LoveLine will be right back.
Thank you. Mike. Hey, it's the Love Line. David Strickland is here from Suddenly Susan and Forces of Nature. That'll be out tomorrow night. Dr. Bruce is filling in for Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew will be back come Sunday. I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's such a big wheel now. Someone had to point out that there's a article on him in this week's People magazine.
Really?
And
The triplets?
No, it's just actually I was in the picture too, but that was just sort of
him doing you a favor.
Yeah, just being dragged by his coat again. He's a big wheel now, but don't worry, the worm will turn. Terry,
Hello?
you're 31.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I guess, thanks for taking my call, you guys.
Sure.
I guess I just wanted some feedback here. I just got out of a relationship a couple months ago, and I was in it for about a year. And he was in a previous relationship with this girl for about 10 years. The first half, they dated. The second half, they moved in together. And she had, she has 2 teenage kids from a previous thing before him. Very manipulative. I guess the major thing with him and her is that she cheated on him. And that's the reason why they broke up before we got together.
Yeah, all right. Listen, I'm not going to come on there and look at a photo album. What's going on?
I just don't understand. It's... One time she approached me at work and told me how she cheated on him, or he cheated on her, and I told my boyfriend that she came by, and he said all she ever did was accuse me of cheating on her.
No, you broke up with your boyfriend, though, right?
Well, he broke up with me.
Oh, all right,
and he's back with her.
Okay. Well, it's academic now, right?
I guess.
Well, why are you so freaked out? Because you loved him?
Yeah.
Oh, why? He just sounds like a world-class jackass. Come on, he's a chaotic guy, right?
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Did he ever cheat on you?
Did he ever cheat on me? What did you say?
Why is it that these chaotic guys are always the guys that the girl has the hardest time saying goodbye to, but the guy who is the legitimately nice guy and, the 9 to 5 are the good guy. I mean, I understand why, but I'm saying you really... It's because I think when you're involved in this much, heated emotion, you can't take that step back and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, Terry?
You keep fading out.
Yeah, well, he actually, when David took a step back, he literally took a step back.
I'm a method actor.
He's very method. Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
All right, so how long were you with him?
For almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
And when did you break up?
Earlier this year, about 2.5 months ago.
All right, so you weren't even together a year, and it's been 2.5 months. Now, did he cheat on you?
No.
Okay.
He didn't.
And where was this ex-girlfriend that he's mysteriously back together with the whole time? He was with you.
She lived about 5 minutes away.
Yeah. I'd be wondering if there wasn't something still going on in that department. Yeah?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right, but God bless you, Terry. I love women like you. You got a boyfriend. He dumps you. He goes back to an ex, and you blame her. right?
No, he's part of it. He's part
Okay,
of it, but
all right. Well,
when he wasn't at work, we were either together or we were at his family's house or
okay.
friends
Well, it's tough. Relationships are a bitch. Sometimes they don't end the way everyone wants them to end, but this one's over. And you got to move on, right?
Well, it almost sounds like she doesn't know if it's... Is there a possibility you think that it isn't over? Between the two of you?
Well...
Give me
No,
the
it's
buck
over.
back.
It's been 2.5 months. No, there's no doubt that Terry's in denial, but she knows on paper it's over.
Well, I mean, since we broke up, I haven't called him, and I get hang-ups since we've broke up.
You haven't seen him since you broke up?
I haven't seen him.
Okay, well, it's been 2.5 months. Move on with your life. What's up with you?
I don't know.
Okay. There's a new LoveLine rule. You have to answer the same day. I make the question, especially if it's an easy one like up yours or I don't know. You have any kids?
Do I have any? No.
Okay, good. You working?
Yeah.
You like your job?
It's okay.
All right. Why don't
She
you
sounds like a great girl who, you know...
Yeah, why don't you just get more involved with your career for a while, start going to the health club, find Jesus Christ, hang out with your friends, get to know your friends all over again. I know it's
Go to TGI Fridays. There's stuff out there.
Yeah, I know it's a depressing situation when a relationship ends, but I don't know what you want us to tell you.
Yeah, I'm a little...
Here is...
No, you know, you guys, I'll tell you, because I'm not here every night. It's. I think she just wants, you know, you to say, hey, things are okay. You're don't worry about this, guys. You know, she's a little reassurance and stuff.
Well,
and,
I believe me, I've been there, and I think we've all been there, except for Bruce. Never been there. You ever been dumped on, Bruce?
Oh, sure.
Oh, really? By a chick?
Trauma.
Oh, yeah?
In my young
Girls,
days.
too? We all know there's nothing more painful in life. There just isn't.
She sounds like she's in a lot of pain.
She does. There's nothing more depressing. But here's the rule, and I wish someone would have told me about this. When somebody dumps you, take their word for it. It isn't because of this. It isn't because of that. They dumped you because they were done with the relationship. Accept them at their word and move on.
And I think when someone dumps you and they go back to an ex, it's like, do you really want to be with, you know, what does that say?
Right. And I'm wondering, is there the abuse thing in the past when there's some sort of, the guy's not as respectful as he should be, he's not treating her
Possibly.
well, and she's having such a hard time letting go.
All right. So, Terry, move on. That's all we can say. Sandra.
Yeah.
You're 26.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Well, I've been in a relationship, residing together for the last 2 years. And, of course, initially, as any normal relationship, you know, you have chronic sex on a daily basis. And after about 6 months, it kind of died down dramatically. And now it's to the point where we have sex maybe 3 to 4 times a month. And he's masturbating between 30 and 60 times a month.
Wow.
And I'm wondering...
What'd you do, install a jackometer in the hamper?
No, it's not like that. It's just, I mean, he leaves the evidence around blatantly.
Really?
Yeah.
I always
Marks
mop
his
up.
space, yeah.
How? What kind of evidence is left about?
Well, the evidence.
You mean, like your initials? You go through the living room with the black light and
you've counted 30 to 60 times a month. It sounds like
Well,
you've
you're
got
looking
this.
at once to twice a day.
And you go to put on your favorite shirt. Whoa, what's the
That's right.
mayonnaise?
Okay, so now you said like in a normal relationship, you met him, you were having sex very frequently, and then things died down. How long after you met him did you start having sex?
Oh, please, Bruce.
Yeah, I'm going to be the normal average caller here. I knew him for about 2 months. We met in college. Then we started having sex.
That's fine.
Have you
Bruce
talked
is,
about
Bruce is working an angle.
No.
Yeah,
Have you talked about getting married? Where are you at with have you talked about where the relationship's going? Have those issues?
We've talked about marriage, but not really on a serious basis. We also own a small business together. So
you got blurred boundaries in several areas.
Yeah.
You're not getting your needs met, and the masturbation activity sounds like it's.
What's the business?
Concessions.
You guys go to like ball games and stuff and sell hot dogs?
Yeah, festivals, concerts.
Jesus Christ! Let me give you a few tips on this concession stuff. Do you guys sell pretzels?
No.
Okay, good. The hell else am I got another concession beef.
Well, if they're selling food, this is not a guy I think I want to be handling my my nachos.
Yeah. God God knows what he's topping it with. Sandra? You know, the thing that disturbs me is that he masturbates all the time, and he doesn't try to hide this from you at all.
He does try to hide it, actually.
Oh, he does?
Right. See, what actually...
Well, didn't I ask you about that, and you said he doesn't?
He leaves the evidence, and it's apparent. But, I mean, I actually have to notate. I mean, I actually, I see it.
Who does that?
Listen, Sandra, stop. God, I want to kill all that. I'm just tired and cranky. But, look, either he tries to hide it from you or he doesn't. Which one is it?
He does and he doesn't. Sometimes it's obvious, and sometimes...
I can't get a goddamn answer from that.
You're not getting your needs met.
They didn't order sour cream on their nachos. Damn it!
Sounds like the relationship is not one in which there's much communication or intimacy. There's no intimacy. I mean, the guy's...
just
you're
tell
living with him for a business purpose.
Tell him you'd like to be more intimate with him more often and see what he says.
I have.
And what's he say?
Really, he basically says that I put too much pressure on him or something, which I don't do that at all.
Okay, but you do, you know, here's the thing, though, Sandra. Be honest, you're a little bit of a ball buster, right? I mean, you're really tallying up the number of times the guy masturbates. You're going through the hamper like McGruff, the crime dog, every night. You know, it's become a little bit of an obsession for you. He's feeling a little intruded upon. I think he feels like you're cornering him a little. Here's the deal. He's a little wishy-washy. How old is he?
29.
29. He's probably a little immature for 29. He's like a lot of guys are. And he feels like you're putting the screws to him. And this is his escape. This is what guys do. Mm-hmm. It's like a prisoner hopping over a wall, except for his pants are down. He's sitting in the living room. So the more pressure you put on him, the more he retreats. Why don't you just back off a little bit and relax?
And they've been going out 6 months, so that's that rough time too. You know, the honeymoon's over.
Well, I know you're going to say it's a Christian reason I'm saying it, but when you jump in a relationship, you're having sex before you really get to know the person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
They knew each other for 2 months. That's long enough.
Oh, my.
I'm wondering hardwood floors or shag carpet.
Stop going back to this relentlessly, this crap, would you, Bruce? It doesn't have any bearing on this. They knew each other for 2 months in college. Please.
This call is typical of what seems to be kind of
typical guys whacking off 60 times a week and having sex once a week?
Their relationship is really non-existent at this point. I'm saying that possibly there's a connection.
I'm telling you the dynamic here. She's intrusive. She pushes. She goes after him, and he withdraws into his own sperm-filled world.
She's pushing, and he's clearly pulling.
That's right. That's right.
And he's probably masturbating more than she knows. So maybe a little bit of compulsive behavior.
Now you're starting to frighten me. All right. When we come back, we'll speak to Jamie, who's 21. Why do guys have to be such butts to women? Well, she sounds...
That's in the vein
of... very bitter. We'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back.
Relationship. You listening? Bruce is filling in. I thought he was doing a good job about 10 minutes ago for Dr. Drew. David Strickland is here from Suddenly Susan, Monday nights, NBC, 8 o'clock, and also Forces of Nature, which can be found at a theater near you. Probably be the biggest release of this coming weekend, won't it? I'm sure. It's a nice romantic comedy. You get to see that Sandra Bullock and her tomboyish charm hanging out with the ruggedly handsome Ben Affleck, and I think I pronounced his name wrong, but I'm too tired. And he's getting, you know what I like about these movies? He's getting married to someone, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And he's basically going to end up banging around with Sandra Bullock, even though he's a day away from his marriage, but we're all pulling for him.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens in real life. In real life, he's just a toothless alcoholic pig. Jamie.
Yeah, what's going on,
You're
guys?
21.
Bruce, hey, you guys are great.
Thank you.
You know, really, I'm calling for my friend, to be honest with you. You know, ever since I've known her, she has had these relationships repetitively with guys who always treat her bad, guys who always, are hitting on her and, just treating her like crap.
Right.
And I really feel bad for her, and I'm like, and she comes crying to me, James, what do I do? I'm like, well, listen, don't go out with him. She's like, well, I don't know what to do. And so, I'm trying to be the good friend here, try and get some advice on what to tell her, what to say to her,
Yeah, well, you're not going to hear anything you haven't already heard or you haven't already told her, which is, I'm sure her dad wasn't the greatest guy. She got used to...
her dad left. Her dad divorced her mom. The thing is that just recently, I'd say like 3-4 weeks ago, she started dating this guy, and he was really nice to her. And so she opened up and she let him date her, excuse me. And then all of a sudden he tells her, well, I don't want a relationship now.
All right, well...
So now, and she's, I'm trying to get her, go talk to her therapist, talk to you guys. She's too scared to talk to you guys. I'm sitting here talking to you guys.
Well, we have mixed feelings about that.
Huh?
All right, Jamie, listen, how are you doing? You okay?
Oh, hey, I'm perfect.
All right, she has
I love men, don't get me wrong.
Oh, well, no, you do. Does she has a therapist, you say?
No, I'm trying to get her to go. She won't go. I'm trying to get her to go to one of them.
All right,
well, she won't go.
There's nothing magical we can say. Just try to steer in the right direction. Don't be too intrusive, and don't get too involved, Jamie. You scare me a little with that.
Codependent.
And
I'm just trying to be a good friend.
Hey, I understand. But
and there's nothing wrong with trying to be a good person.
No.
And I don't get too involved unless she wants me to get involved.
All right, don't rationalize too much, though. You don't want to get. You don't want to suffocate her.
Yeah.
All right, so Jamie, worry about yourself, and don't let her get pregnant.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that she thinks she's pregnant by this guy who left her.
All right, you should have called last week. Yeah. Oh, Jamie, I don't know. Get her
to call in herself.
Yeah.
Here, you talk to her right now.
Ooh.
Hello?
This is scary.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how you doing, friend of Jamie?
Okay.
What are you guys calling from a payphone? And you in a car or something?
Yeah, we're in a car.
Oh, okay.
In your own words, what's been going on?
I don't know. I've just always had bad luck with guys. I thought this last one was really, good or whatever, and he was really nice to me, and I guess not. He just, I don't know. He just up and said one day, a couple days ago, in fact, it was, he said, I love you and I like you a lot, but, I don't want to date you.
How pregnant are you?
Probably about 3 weeks.
Why aren't you using protection?
I don't know.
No, baby. Well, you just want to sort of just kind of chuck your life, just be one of those goofballs other people laugh at. And is that the plan?
No.
All right. Well, why are you screwing around like this? I mean, don't you figure you're going to get pregnant?
I figured it would happen sooner or later.
Yeah. Where's your dad? I'd like to kick him in the nuts.
My dad left my mom when I was about 10 years old.
And he hasn't been around since?
No, I don't really get along with him very much. He doesn't contact me. I have to call him if I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Do you understand the relationship between that, what your father did leaving, and maybe the way you're relating to men now? Is it
okay? Yeah, because I've had the last boyfriend I had, I was actually engaged to, and he ended up cheating on me and getting another girl pregnant.
Jeez. I know, but
that didn't happen by accident. That's the type of guy you end up
attracted to. All right, Jamie, here, let me talk to Jamie for just 1 second alone here. Just 20 seconds here.
Okay, what?
Oh, no, not Jamie. No, I screwed up now. Put friend of Jamie. Put friend of Jamie. Friend of Jamie.
Yeah, this is friend of Jamie's.
Okay, this is friend. What's your name?
My name's Nicole.
All right, Nicole, just listen to me. I swear to God, I'm like Nostra goddamn Damus with this stuff. I have a crystal ball. It's got a little hair on it, but I can still see the reflection in it. You got two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad screwed with you. Now all guys sort of become daddy to you. And whether you know it or not, that's what you're going after. You'll never obtain it. You have two choices in life. You can blindly follow that, or you can stop, ask what you're doing, examine your life a little, read a book, get a little therapy, straighten out a couple issues, and then be freed from these shackles and go on and make your own decisions. All you idiots out there, you think you're making your own decisions, you're on autopilot. I can predict where every single one of you is going. It's all the hell in the handbasket. It's so predictable. I sit here night after night, I listen to people, and I know exactly where they were, where they are, and where they're going. It's the easiest thing to figure. I know... it's like looking at a blueprint, and I can tell you what the outcome's going to be. It's not good.
Where can they
get help? Do not worry about... I don't know where the hell they can get help.
Well,
don't bother me with it.
Has she been to a therapist?
You got to get some counseling. You got to get some therapy. And you know what you need to do? You need to stop acting out. That's number one. I'm not saying you're going to solve all your problems this weekend or you're going to read a book and everything's going to be better, but at least don't get pregnant and don't get into abusive relationships and don't get herpes and don't get AIDS and don't get hooked on heroin. Just stop all the acting out.
I think getting some help breaks the pattern, breaks the pattern for behavior that she keeps repeating.
Absolutely. Here's choice number 2. Hatch out a couple kids and screw them up, just like you got screwed up.
And those kids will do the same thing, and it's...
Right, and I'll pay a ton in tax money to bail everyone out and keep people incarcerated, and we'll keep the whole thing going. That's the plan as it is now. And I don't know why no one else seems to want to talk about this. I don't know why the government doesn't talk about it. I don't think it's the government's job, but on the other hand... You got to run the country like a business and figure this stuff out. It's a no-brainer. Cindy.
Hello?
You're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on, sweet pea?
Okay, I've only masturbated twice, and the first time I did, I started the next day, I started my period 15 days early.
Yeah.
And the second time I did, the same thing happened.
You got the Midas touch.
Huh?
It's masturbating a little hard or something?
Well, you're not using a number 2 pencil or anything, are you?
Your period occurs as a result of hormonal cycling, and it's not going to
Listen, I'll tell you what's going on. The hormones get going the same time. That gets you excited. Right. You decide to masturbate, and magically the period comes. But
it's not causing.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
But how do you know she's not bleeding from rough masturbation was what I was going at.
No, because it happened later, right?
It happened the next day I started my period.
Okay. Had you established regular periods, at a specific interval?
They were 28 days apart.
Yeah, like pretty much for some period of time that's been going on. And then this happened with...
Did it change?
What? Did the cycle change?
Yes.
You're going 28 days apart.
Shut up.
And then...
Yes.
It was 28 days for a long time, and then the day after I masturbated, it started after 15 days.
Okay.
So the cycle did.
Now it's something.
And then it went back to normal.
And then you masturbated again, and it came back again.
Yeah.
I don't think that's God's wrath, isn't it, Bruce? What is that?
No, it's not God's wrath.
You don't know what that is? You're trying to look to your OBGYN friend?
I'm looking for the answer, because I don't know of a relationship.
He killed himself 4 calls ago. He's just lying there in a pool of blood.
He goes off after the boob job.
So the hormonal cycling can change with the...
Yeah.
Because it only changed those 2 times. Every other time it's been regular.
All right, this is great. I wish you guys were here. Dr. Bruce brought his friend in here. Mm-hmm. His friend is a very established OBGYN. Bruce is signaling through the glass at his friend, trying to figure out what the answer to this question he doesn't know. I don't know why he claims to be a doctor.
Are you sure he's not?
No, he's going for the elderly, distinguished gent behind you. I meant elderly, the young one. The point is he's signaling like Sparky Anderson from the dugout.
Yeah, he's
trying to
his ear and
just come on in here.
Yeah, we'll bring him in here. I'm not...
Put him on Ann's mic.
Oh, great.
All right, there we go.
He's got a great voice.
We have a real expert. You may be out.
I'm tired.
Get rid of him.
Oh, there you go.
She's probably mid-cycle when she's doing that masturbation, and there's normally a little mid-cycle drop in the estrogen level, so she's probably just on the borderline of, sustaining the endometrium.
I can't hear him.
Okay,
you wouldn't understand him anyway.
He called you lesbian.
No. You're probably in the middle of your cycle, which is about day 14 or 15. There's just a little drop in your estrogen level. Now, if you masturbate, you get orgasm. Your uterus contracts, and it's squeezing that endometrium. You maybe just had a little spotting. How long did it last? For 2 or 3 days?
What, the period?
Yeah.
No, it lasts for like 6 days, and that's the regular time it always lasts.
So it was a full-blown period.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, now the doc's confused.
Well, maybe you're like a pigeon. You know, the pigeons, they only ovulate when they get sexually aroused. So maybe you've had some hormonal response.
Have you been eating a lot of breadcrumbs lately?
Do you pop your head a lot?
All right, listen, this guy knows less than you do.
No, that's
He's a roadie for Duran Duran. He knows nothing about the crotch.
So with the complete period, you have the hormonal cycling that goes on, and masturbation's not going to majorly affect that. Are you having any other problems? You've been real concerned and anxious about that, or you just...
No, it's just this. I've been concerned about it for a while because it happened last year.
Okay, well, Cindy, you've stumped the panel, so I think you just have to go to your doctor and inquire.
Yeah.
Is this dangerous, though?
No.
All right. You're all right.
Any sharp objects, and I agree with you. Want to make sure there's not bleeding occurring from any other kind of.
Sharp objects.
Well, she's masturbating with a 2x4. That would
This is LoveLine, isn't it?
That's true. That is very true. All right, let me just knock one quick one off. Katie,
Yeah.
21. You start a new pack of pills. Oh, you're taking a birth control? Birth control?
Birth control pills. I've been on them for 2 years, and I just wanted to know if it's safe to start a new pack so you can skip your period. I've heard that.
Yes, I'm getting the nod from the control room that.
So there are, like, no risk?
Right. Apparently not.
Can you do that a lot?
How can you do it? Can you do it very often? I got a sort of 6, 7, 22 times.
22 times?
No, you can do it a couple times a year. Yeah, a couple times.
This has been LoveLine. The views expressed on LoveLine are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station, and are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please listen to this station longer.